guys, I'm Gabby and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I hope you enjoy this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the channel's first story time of how I almost got deported. Tragic. So this was quite a long time ago. This was in 2009. This was the year that the country was facing one of the biggest xenophobic attacks that the country has ever had. Yeah, I can't remember seeing any like physical xenophobic attacks, but I did know that there was some sort of displacement that was happening, because at some point I wasn't even going to school anymore. Like I don't understand why. So yeah, I remember at this time my dad had left the country and it was just me, my mom, my sibling, my brother, and my auntie at that time, right? Because so many people lost so many things, the UN started providing shelter, started to provide food. So, you understand, they were just providing for us, right? So then my mom was like, yeah, let's also go get our portion. You understand? Like, my mom was just such an opportunist at that point in time. So the first thing that they did, they put us into this huge venue, this big ass venue. I think we were like 50 or 60 people, right? And we were all sleeping in that room. All of us were sleeping on that room on the floor. Some people obviously were able to bring mattresses, like some people were able to bring certain things, but what I remember, right, is that all of us were sleeping in that room. And guys, it was just so bad. Like, the services that they were providing, everything was just so chai. You understand? Even the water that they were giving us was chai. Like, they were giving us carbonated water. Like, me at 5 years old, why would I be drinking carbonated water if I have good water at my house? And because I wasn't drinking enough water, I fell sick, right? So there was a doctor that used to come and see us. I think it was every week or every month, I'm not sure. The doctor used to come and see it. It was a white doctor, right? And I remember he tested me and he looked at me. He's like, this child is actually very dehydrated. Like, you have to keep giving this child water. But I was not going to be able to drink that water because it was chai, right? Like, that water was not tasting nice. And even the food that they were providing, bro, it was chai, curry soup and bread. You understand? It was so chai. So what had happened was, like, I think every 2 to 3 days, like, we'd go back home to like probably eat, bath and sleep and then go back. So we'd usually do that, right? So there was a specific day where my aunt and my brother stayed, and then me and my mom went home. But I don't know why. Instead of going home, we went to some other white person's house. I still don't understand how we landed in that white person's house. All I know is that that white person's house was amazing. Like, that place was so nice and so beautiful. Then we came back the next day, right? So obviously it was not only us that was like leaving that place, it was also other people, right? So then we came early in the morning. These people didn't want to let us in. These people didn't want to let us in. So I remember it was an Indian lady and she had like 2 people on the side, right? So for us to actually get to the place, it was kind of like one step up, right? So all of us were on this side and all of them were on that side, right? So then she was like, you guys have to go back home. Like, go back from where you guys come from, because you're telling us that you don't have shelter and you guys are going and coming back, go back home. And then I remember there was this other lady, right? She's like, no, I just went to the bathroom. Like, I just went to the bathroom. Like, and I was just coming back. So I don't understand what you're telling me. You understand? They're like, no, go back home, go back home. So when she tried to like ngena there, guys, they pushed this lady. They pushed this lady and this lady fell on her back with a child, with a baby on her back. And seeing that moment was so traumatizing for me, because it's just like, how heartless can you actually be? And obviously there's different ways of stopping a lady from going in. Gary, you guys are 4. Do you get me? There's different ways of stopping a lady from coming in. So then, okay, sharp. Because of that thing that happened, they decided to let everyone in, right? So then they let us all in. We were reunited with my brother and my aunt. And then I remember as well, Zuma came to see us. President Jacob Zuma came to see us. And for me, that was such a pivotal point, because it's just like he actually cared about foreign nationals. Do you understand? For a president to come out of his way, this guy, isn't he from KZN? But for him to come out of his way to see how the foreign nationals are actually doing, it was crazy because he came, and I remember he came with, it was him and his daughter that would usually come and check up on us and everything, guys. That was just so amazing. And I know that people are gonna be like, Jacob Zuma was such a bad president and all of that, but just that act shows that this guy actually has a heart, you understand? So okay, sharp. I think at that point we didn't really go back home, so obviously they were providing us food and all of that. And because there were a lot of kids, they usually used to like give us toys and all of us to play with. And I remember there was a time where they were giving sweets, right, like packets of sweets, and I didn't receive it, and I was just so angry. And I went to my mom like, I didn't receive the sweets. They were giving everyone sweets, and they didn't give me sweets, right? And then parents started checking the packets, guys. All those sweets were expired. All those sweets that they were giving out were expired. So I like how Congolese parents are so entitled. So all the Congolese parents are going out, you are giving our kids expired sweets. How can you give our kids? So that means that the food that you're giving us is also expired. What? Like, they went on and on and on and on and on. And then, like, guys, it didn't end well, but I don't remember. I don't remember what happened. So okay, sharp. Then they moved us to actual camps. So it was a big plate of land, right? And in that big plate of land, we had like tents. Like, I think there was like more than like 500 or 600 like tents in that place, right? Tents. And they'd give us so many things. They gave us blankets, they were giving us food. You understand? They were giving us good essentials, right? So then at that time, I remember it was me, my mom, my aunt, my brother, and it was also another family that we also knew of at that time, right? It was just a mother and the daughter, right? So they'll always give us things, but you know, my mother and her shanties would still go back home and come back, I will say this, I do remember seeing news anchors come a lot, interview people and all of that from like the SABC and ETV. Like, there were so many people who come and interview us and all of that, and it was just such an amazing experience to see, guys. It was a beautiful experience to see, because it's just like you see the behind the scenes of like what journalists do. It was just so beautiful to see. Okay, sharp. Then one day comes, right, where I just see people start to run. Like, people were actually running in different directions. Like, it made no sense. Like, people were just running. Like, guys, it made no sense. So then I was pressed, right? As much as people were thinking, I was pressed. And what used to happen is we used to have a small bucket outside. So whenever you needed to pee, you'd pee in that bucket and you'd throw the pee away, right? So then I was telling my aunt, because I remember, I don't know where my mom was, but I remember I was with my aunt and my brother, and I'm like, Auntie, I'm pressed, I need to go. She's like, what? I'm like, Auntie, I'm pressed, I need to go. Then after that, guys, I legit, as people are running, right? Oh my gosh, ouch. So as people were running, I legit ran back to our tent, because I remember our tent was number 40. I ran back to that tent and I went to go and pee. Guys, when I came back, tell me why I couldn't see my aunt anymore. I didn't see my aunt. I didn't see my mother. So now I was all alone, guys. I was just standing. People are running. I don't know why people are running, but I'm just standing. Then I meet my mom, right? I meet my mom, and then they put us in buses. Now, when they put us in buses, my mom didn't know that we were going to be deported. My mom thought that we were going to America. We were going to Canada. You know, my mom thought we were going overseas. So my mom was gassed, guys. My mom was gassed. They put us into buses, and then, okay, sharp, they put us into prisons. Guys, they legit put us into prisons. After they packed us and they did everything, they're like, okay, guys, you guys should actually get ready, because you guys are actually going to be deported. You guys are going to be deported back to your countries. At that time, I didn't know what was happening. All I just knew is that now we are moving to a better. I don't know what I was thinking at that point, right? I don't know what I was thinking, but okay, sharp. Now they put us in prisons, right? But these were actually nice prisons, because like in one room it was like different bunk beds. It was like, I think 5 bunk beds. So it was like mother and their kids and everything. Okay, sharp. So then we sleep, we wake up. When we wake up, Guys, the food that they serve in the prisons, the food that they served in those prisons, we didn't eat. Me and my mom didn't eat. Okay, sharp. Now they take all of us as if we are going to go into assembly, right? They take us, they take all of us. And then when they take us, right, we are all there, we're all scattered, we are all there, but it looked like assembly. They're like, okay guys, because of the services and all of that, blah blah blah. I don't know what they were saying. They were just saying things and things and things, and they're like, yeah guys, you guys are going to be deported. Guys, when I tell you, people started running. Guys, people ran. Like, people were running. I don't know where people were running to. People ran. People were running. Now, instead of me and my mother running in the direction of where people are running, which is obviously the exit, me and my mom are running back to the rooms. We are running back to the rooms. And then I'm thinking to myself, what's happening? Like, I was just so lost. I'm like, what's happening? Then we met with a white news reporter. And then he's like, okay, so how do you feel and everything? And my mom was like, this country, they don't like us and everything. What? Then me and my mom ran. So I think me and my mom ran back to the room because my mom forgot her bag, right? So then we went back to the room. Then we ran out, and I remember at this time, now we were all scattered. Like, now we were all scattered, but then there was this other place that we took where people were now sleeping outside. We were sleeping outside some company. There was this other company that we were in front of where all the foreign nationals gathered. So all of those people were sleeping outside. Guys, everyone was sleeping there. People were bathing there. People were eating there. People were cooking there. It was just so tragic. It was just so tragic. Yeah, so then me and my mom obviously decided to go back home. We went back home, and then we came back again, right? And then just to see that, like, people were just displaced, people were sleeping on the floor. But yo, guys, so to see other people actually affected by that was just so crazy. It was just so crazy. And I was just thinking to myself, like, imagine if me and my mom actually got deported. Like, what would be the explanation that my mom would give? Like, how would my mom explain how we got deported? So yeah guys, that is the story time of how I almost got deported. Yeah, tragic. So I don't know what happened with those tents, guys. I don't understand why they took us out of those like, I don't understand why, right? But the UN kept providing for foreign nationals. So many people were actually affected by that. So many people were actually affected by what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened to those people. I don't know what happened to, like, my mom's friend. Guys, I don't know what happened. But yeah, just so many things happened. And yeah, I just hope that every person that was affected by that xenophobic attack as well, you know, yeah, xenophobia is a really sad thing, guys. It's actually a really sad thing. Okay, so yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the story time. If you are new to this channel, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. So from me to you guys, see you guys on the next one. Peace.